Human Rights Oral Presentation by Jakob Yskes NC. While trying to find a suitable article, I found of all choices a Breitbart article released March 8, 2016. The article focuses on the human rights situation in China, concerning specifically the government's interference and control of childbirth, forced abortions, and detainments. Breitbart is an online political media closely linked to the Republican right-wing movement and US President Donald Trump. The article is written by PhD Thomas D. Williams, who is a professor in ethics and philosophy at Notre Dame University, and furthermore, he is a Breitbart bureau chief in Rome. The information given in the article is mainly based on the 2015 Critical Congressional Report concerning human rights in China. The article tells us that in spite of the more liberal Chinese two-child policy, there are still numbers of incidents concerning government and police interference in private matters on birth and forced sterilizations and abortions. Even though the Chinese government has allowed young people to have 2 children instead of the 30-year-old one-child policy and law, the government still abuses the personal right to decide private family matters. According to the information in the Breitbart text, based on the congressional report, severe damage is done. As it says in the text, many provincial laws in China explicitly instruct officials to carry out abortions for illegal pregnancies with no requirement for consent. Furthermore, protesters against sexual harassment risk being detained for longer periods just because they want to raise awareness of this specific problem. Another societal problem in China is the fact that due to the preference within the population on male birth, the demographic harmony is severely disturbed. According to the text, the actual surplus of male inhabitants in China is approximately 37 million. But within a population of 1.3 billion people, this surplus is not really worrying. But then again, on the other hand, it creates a market for trafficking and abuse of young women being sold and to be forced to get married or to have sexual relations with Chinese men they don't even know nor approve. When it comes to forms of appeal, Thomas D. Williams mainly uses logos and ethos. The overall impression of the article is that it has a low-key style and is mainly objective. The statement that the article is mostly logos and ethos bound can be supported several places in the text. Throughout the text, Thomas D. Williams is mostly focused on bringing out the important parts of the congressional report. He is therefore closely linked to the report, as he several times in the article quotes the report. This congressional report is a credible source, and the article is therefore considered being ethos-based. The Breitbart audience is mostly exclusively politically interested readers, and one can therefore extract from the language of the article that the article is mainly aimed at this specific audience. The language is therefore highly formal, and the reader must be capable of understanding the many technical terms.